Hey, what up, everybody? It's your boy SirReal here. We are here for the Body Talk Hip Hop Powwow, going viral. This one's going to be a little bit different, obviously, because of the self isolation and the COVID virus. So I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy out there, and protect each other and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to do this course for the first few days, all completely online. I'm really excited about this and taking this new leap in technology with you guys. It's going to be very interesting in the fact that we'll be teaching you through these videos or through the live session, but you can always refer back to these videos or the handouts or anything like that if there's anything that you feel you missed, or to just get some extra practice. And of course there will be the live Q&A sessions afterwards as well. So to jump right into it, my name is Matt Dene. A lot of people know me as SirReal. I'm a hip-hop artist from Nanaimo, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. And I've been doing this for about 12 years. I started writing as a form of therapy for myself. So when I was younger, I had a lot of tough things happen in my background. A lot of drugs and alcohol in my family, a lot of violence in the experience in the environment that I was in. So as a young man, I went to a counselor, and he talked to me about writing in a journal, and I was just like, what, man, you want me to write in a diary? No, man, I'm not really down with that. And he was like, no, it's a journal. It's like way more manly, whatever. So talked me into it right at that point. So I started writing in that journal every single day. This is going to be kind of teaching you guys how to journal and how to get those thoughts off your heart and your mind and onto paper. So this is a songwriting course. You don't necessarily have to be into hip hop to enjoy the lessons that we're going to be learning, but it's basically just about expressing yourself, getting through tough times through writing. I know no other medicine or antibiotic that does what music does. It does what writing does for me. It allows me to alleviate some of that stuff that I've been through and just try and get it off my mind and stuff like that. So the first few things that I want to talk about first are you guys will have a journal, like I mentioned. You guys will have some pens, and this will be your first experience using them. You may have had a journal or a diary before. That's completely cool, and I'm really happy to hear that. I actually still have all my rhyme books that I started using when I was young. I call them rhyme books now, but they started off as journals. I was just writing everything that happened every day, writing the bad stuff, the good stuff. I would draw little pictures in them and really just kind of make it my own. And now I go back and I look at those and I'm like, wow, it's incredible that at 6, 7, 8 years old I was writing these deep, profound thoughts. It just kind of gives you an idea and an insight into the mind of a young person and how intelligent we are when we're that young. So basically I started writing every day, and I encourage you guys to do the same. So we're going to get into that. But the first thing I want to say about hip hop or any art form is that an expression of oneself is a very healthy one. I found no other counseling, meditative, like I said, drug that allows you to let go of both the negative and positive emotions, quite like music does. So all forms of self-expression are healthy and quite good for the people around the artist as well, as they can be part of the expression. So with that being said, express yourself in any way that you feel like is going to be healthy for you. I choose writing, whether it be art, whether it be culture, whether it be carving, whether it be sports, whether it be video games. Those are all ways of self-expression that can be very healthy, of course in moderate doses, exercising and all that kind of good stuff as well. So music is a healing art. It's very universal. In my opinion, it's just the best medicine out there. We all have those songs that we throw on when we're feeling sad, or when we want to get up and get out and do something, or we want to clean the house, or we want to just have a good time, and we have those prescribed vibes for the certain time and the certain emotion that it attaches to. So for me, I can hear a song and it'll make me think of a time, an exact time. It can actually activate sensors in your brain that help you recall things that you haven't in a long time, and that's why they use music to help with Alzheimer's patients as well. Music can bring smells. Like I remember I can hear a song and I'm like, oh, I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard that, or that's one of my biggest jams. So music is really very important to the soul, and I think that you guys are going to get a lot out of this course. But as you probably already know, everyone's got a favorite artist, a favorite genre, a favorite band, a favorite song that they throw on depending on the mood that they're in. So it's very important to allow that self-expression to come out during this course. What I want to say is be brave. Be willing to take challenges and go outside your comfort zone, because when you go to the edge of your comfort zone and just beyond that, that's where the growth happens. And I'm really excited to see all the growth that happens in this group. So if for any of you guys who have taken this course before, you know that day one is very like kind of everyone getting to know each other and feeling out the situation, and then of course we gain that trust and we start to brainstorm and all that kind of good stuff. And by day 5, we're actually on stage performing this song that we're gonna write together. So the first half of this course will be all digital. Like I said, we'll be doing videos and you guys can interact with me afterwards through the Zoom. And then the second half will be up to you guys. And I want to say that you guys will get out of this course what you put into it. So that meaning if the more effort you put in, the better product that you're going to get at the end, or the better song or the better lyric you're going to have at the end of the course. So it's all self-driven, and I encourage you guys to stay focused. It's really difficult, especially, with the weather being so nice outside and all the things going on in the world. But this is a really good thing for you guys to focus and hone in on and just get these skills under wraps. So the first thing I want to talk about is your journal. So please take your journal, put your name on it, draw funny pictures on it, draw your signature cartoon. Mine happens to be a yin yang. That's all I really know how to draw. But yeah, put your name on it, open it up, and put today's date on the first page and your name. Now, why is this important, Matt? Why do we have to do this, SirReal? I know my name. I know what date it is. Well, it's important because this is the first day of your new journal. So I can go back and look at my journals from when I was 6, 7, 8 years old and know exactly what day it is, what year it was, and I don't think I would have been able to do that had I not written the date. So that's very important that you write the date. You don't have to do that every time, but I always like to do it at the start of a new journal, so it kind of just tells me what time frame that journal was from, because if you're like me, you're going to have tons of these things by the time you're 25, 30 years old, and you'll want to differentiate between them. So a lot of people have learned the things that I'll be sharing with you and do not share this information simply because they're working on their own thing and they just don't have the time, or they kind of hoard that information. While we're here at Body Talk, we want to share all this information with you guys, and feel free to share it out there as well. So I've put together this program as a basic guideline of what to do to get introduced to writing, recording, memorizing, stage presence, and those are just some of the things that we will be covering in this workshop. So I want you guys to get used to your journals. I want you guys to start thinking of something that you would want to write about. Now that could be a story from your life. For me, I write about stories from my past and my experience, and that's how my music comes together, and that's how I find people relate to my music. So I want you guys to get used to your journal. In your journal, I want you to put the date, your name, and in the middle, I want you to put in big letters your first concept or your first idea or something that you think you would want to write a song about. And then if you follow the instructions on the handout that is in your folder, you will find that you can take that word and brainstorm off of it. Now, I want you to take the concept cloud, which I'm going to call it, which is your word, in the middle, the concept cloud, and then we're going to create a storm around it, okay? So add words that relate to that. Add metaphors. I've included the definition of a metaphor in your folders. If you don't know what that is, have a look on YouTube, but basically a metaphor is one concept that relates to something that doesn't necessarily tie in directly. So like, for instance, it's raining cats and dogs outside. Well, we know it's not technically raining felines and canines. It's just an expression, and it kind of gives you that idea that it's probably raining pretty hard. So that's a metaphor for raining hard. So I'm really excited for you guys to delve into this. I've also included a link to the beats. So creating and selecting, or sorry, not creating, that's Echo's part. Selecting your musical canvas is just as important to this process as the writing, in my opinion. Because what I do is I listen to a beat, I get inspired by that beat, and I have a concept in mind, and then I can kind of create within that space. So it's important to select your musical canvas correctly, listen to all the beats that are listed on that link, and you will find something I'm sure that you like eventually. And if you don't, please let me know and I can give you a handful of others. And so yeah, get your journal ready, start concepting the idea of what you want to, write about, what you're thinking about. It doesn't have to be a full song. I'm going to be happy if we get through just one 16-bar verse by the end of this. I'll be very happy. And I just want to see that you guys, grow and blossom from this. So journal, make sure you're brainstorming that idea, write it in that journal, and then have a look at the beats. You don't necessarily have to have it completely picked out, but I would like you to have at least a general idea. Write down the numbers of the beats that that interest you, and then go back and listen to just those numbers and then pick that one. So that's what I do, is I listen to a whole ton of beats, I write down the names of the beats, and then I go back and listen to them again, and then just pick the one that I really like, or the ones that I really like. So we're going to be asking you guys to just work with one. So just select the one beat from that list. So that's selecting your musical canvas. And as every artist knows, you got to have a great canvas to start to build upon, right? So I'm excited to do this program with you guys. I'm excited to hear the questions and the feedback and any other things that you may have for me. So yeah, hip hop body talk workshop. Let's get it. I'm really excited to see what you guys do, and I'll be right here with you. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to ask. And yeah, so select your canvas, get that journal going, and we'll see you in the next class. See you tomorrow.